Good afternoon. This is Tony Cherniawski, manager of the Practical Investor LLC. Today is February the 4th, 2010. The topic for the day is a problem at Broad and Wall. This video is meant for instruction and entertainment purposes only. This is not a solicitation to buy or sell any security. The purchase or sale of a security may result in a loss of principal. Please consult with an expert advisor who may explain the risks of any investment you may consider. You cannot invest directly in an index. Good afternoon. I thought I'd bring you up to date as things are changing in the market, and today is certainly one of those days. Let's take a look right away without further ado, and we'll take a look first at the NASDAQ 100. We have rallied up to a resistance trend line. This is a broadening wedge formation. Looks like it got stopped pretty solidly here, but let's examine this just a little bit more closely, because we also have the 50-day moving average just above the trend line of the broadening wedge, and you can see that that also was met last week, and resistance held as well. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is if you look at the very bottom at the slow stochastics, we have an oversold market. Yes, sir, a lot of people are expecting a rally because it's just so darned oversold. The fact is, it's not going to matter much. This market is probably going to stay oversold because the resistances at the 50-day moving average and the broadening wedge trend line have held. As a result of that, we now look towards the next goal, the next target of the NASDAQ 100, which is between 1625 and 1650. This is the next trend line, which will probably be broken much the same as the earlier one here. But we can't guarantee that in advance. We just have to look at it and take one step at a time. I just did some casual Fibonacci relationship calculations and came out pretty much the same as where this trend line is. A high of 1650 would be the next target, and a low of about 1600. My guess is that it may go lower than that, but we just really can't tell for sure. Next, we change to the Standard & Poor's 500, and we also see something here that's also very interesting. For one, we just creamed right through the 50-day moving average, and we have not been able to go back. There's a lot of disgruntled traders who have put in their short positions to be triggered at the 50-day moving average, and guess what? The S&P just did not respond at all to that enticement. So there's a lot of disgruntled traders right now, a lot of frustrated people. Believe it or not, we're looking at potentially the next target to be somewhere around 1,000, but I wouldn't be surprised if we hit the July low, which is about 968, I believe. So I just wanted to point out that we've got some really strong declines ahead of us. I'll try to keep you posted on what happens next, but in the meantime, the answer here is not what's up, but what's down. The markets are solidly down. They've broken support. They have not been able to come back to resistance. The retests have been weak, especially in the Standard & Poor's. So we have an issue here. So what I'd like to do at this point, we've been keeping on top of this as far as my subscribers go. We've been nailing it pretty well. Blow by blow, day by day, we've been hitting it in a pretty good fashion. We've been short during this period of time, so we've been very fortunate to reap some benefits out of this, and certainly not losses at this point. So what I'd like to do is entice any of you, invite you, if you will, to be a subscriber. You can go in my website and just type me a note where it says contact us, or you can email me at tonyc@thepracticalinvestor.com. I'll be glad to send you the information on our subscription service and also our management service as well. So by all means, please be careful here. I am not making a recommendation to buy or sell anything. I am simply saying the markets are breaking down. We've got some identifiable targets at hand, and I would like to follow through with that at some point when the targets are reached. So have a great afternoon, and by all means, do the right thing.